According to how you raised your hands in the chat, I'll be calling you. All of you will be given 2 minutes to speak, standing on the con or the prawn side. Okay, so first, Anchal will be starting.
I think ghosts do exist because there is an app called Zodiac Touch, and I read things from that, and in that they say that it do exist. That's what I want to say.
Anchal and others, don't fear. Don't think whether you are telling right or wrong, what will others think. Don't bother. Okay, just speak out in whichever language, whatever comes.
That point of how we started the GrainEd charter. There's only right answers. And you need to tell everything, whatever you read also, you just have to tell so that even I'll get scared thinking, oh my God, ghost is still there. Yeah, for the ahead students, I want to tell you, you have 2 minutes and it'll be very good if you complete all the 2 minutes. Yash, it's your time to speak.
I think that ghosts do not. I think that ghosts do not exist because we don't, in our daily life, we don't see any such paranormal things happening in our life. So, and we also see in the movies that the ghost exist, but it is all fake, and all the things people tell us about those stories that are also fake. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe 30 seconds only, but never mind. Next time we'll, catch up with 2 minutes. Next is Tarun.
So I think that ghosts do not exist because, of course, there is no scientific, any evidence that ghosts do exist. And some of you may be like saying, I have experienced a ghost, I have seen a ghost, I have been in a situation where very strange things happens. So that's one thing I have to tell, that when we hear stuff like horror stories or horror tales, even if you just take it as a joke or just simply as a fake story, it will unconsciously affect our mind. So whenever we are in, and again in that situation similar to that story, like in a dark area or alone situation, unconsciously or it will come to our mind. Okay, this is not controlled by us, it is just unconsciously coming to our mind. So that's why we just feel like ghosts exist and strange things happens, and then we tend to take care of others' words, like it's an evolutionary adaptation. So one experiment was done, like 2 groups, and one group was said that we are doing a haunting experiments and the strange thing that's going to happen, so keep yourself safe. So we are just going to test a haunting. Then they send the one first group to a haunting, and then suddenly all the first group tend to have saying like, oh, I had a strange experience, very strange things happen. Okay, very very fake things they started to say. So the thing is that they had taken what others say and taken it seriously, so that they can make sure they are kept safe. So that's yeah.
Yes. Great, I like it. This is how it has to go. You need to complete all the 2 minutes. So next, Neil, I guess I hope pronouncing your name correct.
Yes. So I think they're fake. Why? Because there's no news evidence, or if you see anywhere, like you always get scared while sleeping. Oh, there's ghost. But every time I also fear myself that there's ghost. I always check out of my blanket, should I keep it inside or like that. I always get scared by, because you might never know that it's real or fake. So I always check outside. When I was small. So it is not true. Why? Because there's no one chasing after you. Even my dad says, why are you getting scared? There's no ghost. So it is fake. Why? Because if an thing should be appearing or something, it should have mass or something, like it should have some properties. But a ghost, if it should have a property, like it should be like a soul floating around, but we don't see nothing. Or if any light is glitching, that will just be some electricity failure, or anything like you will feel mysterious, like the doors are glitching or something like that. But I feel it's all fake because it is always imaginary, our own thought. We think it is there because of watching horror movies, so we feel like that. That's all. Thank you.
Great. It's 44 seconds. Like just 44 seconds. More good. I guess all of you catching up after Tarun going till 2 minutes. Yeah. So next is Pranit.
Hi. So I would say that ghost does not exist. It was created by humans. It is continued by humans because if you think about ghosts, those ghosts are created on our childhood. Like our parents tell us, if you don't eat food, the ghost will come and catch you and all. It started like that, and we will just move on with it. And after an age, we won't be scared about it, right? And there are some scenarios where people tell that there is a ghost, that house is haunted and all. So I will tell a story about a place. Okay, there was a place in Bangalore which was, a house was haunted. Then everybody started to tell, like, we saw that ghost there, we saw light in that house, we saw that, we saw those things. But one day a man bought that place and destroyed it and built up a new place, like some hotel or something like that. After that, boom, there's no more ghost there. So what I'm telling is, when you look at dark, automatically, like, our mind will not be able to switch from the light. We will be seeing like theme, because we will always see bright and bright colors and all. Suddenly it switches to dark and we'll be scared. Like, all of our emotions will be high, and we'll be ready to be like do anything to protect ourselves. And that makes us think that there is ghost, because we will notice every single movement around us. We will listen to even clocks ticking, and most of the things happen normally, and we will not notice it. When it is dark, you'll start to notice. Our senses will be high, and we'll be listening to every single movement. So what I'm trying to say is, ghost does not
Pranit,
exist.
your time is up. Yeah.
Okay.
Your time is up. 2 minutes. Good. Juan, I guess that's how you pronounce.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
My opinion is ghosts do not exist because we fear that we have heard that ghosts exist and we will fear about it. For example, my brother says there is something there, it is too dark, I am very scared, and we will tell there is no ghost, right? Like that, we will ask. So they will think about it. Is there ghost or not, like that. So, but when we grow elder, we will forget about it. There is no ghost and all. We won't see any ghost.
I am with ghost, so I am talking for ghost. In my conception, human will reborn in the world of ghosts after that. So, why are you telling like ghosts want to obey laws of physics? Ghosts don't want to obey laws of physics. It don't obey laws of physics. And a normal human can't see ghosts. Ghosts will be only visible to human if it is their decision to visible to human. So ghost will be only visible to humans who are who they think to be visible to them. So I think so. Why are you telling like ghosts don't exist? Do you have any proof to that? So okay, that's it.
Okay, now the last person, Manomi, do you want to sell anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
ഈ പ്രേതമൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പ്രേതത്തിനെ കൂട്ടിട്ട് നമുക്ക് നടക്കാൻ പറ്റും. അതായത് സാധാ മരണശേഷം എന്താണ് സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് നമുക്ക് പരീക്ഷിച്ചാൽ പോരെ ഇതിനൊരു ഉത്തരം കണ്ടെത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. അപ്പൊ മരണശേഷം നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിലെ അൾട്ടിമേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ഹീറ്റായി മാറ്റാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതായത് സൂര്യപ്രകാശത്തിന് എനർജി, ഇലക്ട്രിക് എനർജി ആയിട്ടും ഹീറ്റായി മാറിയാലേ അത് യൂണിവേഴ്സിൽ നിലനിൽക്കുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ജീവിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഹീറ്റ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. മരിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിലെ ഈ സൂക്ഷ്മജീവികളൊക്കെ ബാക്ടീരിയകളും മറ്റു വസ്തുക്കളെല്ലാം വന്നിട്ട് അത് ആഹാരമാക്കും. അപ്പൊ അവയുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയ പോഷകങ്ങൾ വിഘടിപ്പിച്ചിട്ട് അത് ഹീറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കും. പിന്നെ മരണശേഷം സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ അൾട്ടിമേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് സൂര്യപ്രകാശം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ പ്രകാശം, ഫോട്ടോസ് എന്ന എനർജി ഹീറ്റാക്കി മാറ്റാനുള്ള സെല്ലുലോയിഡ് തെർമോ ഡൈനാമിക്കുകളാണ് നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നടക്കുന്നത്. അത് ക്ലോറിനുള്ള മോളിക്യൂള് വളരെ ചെറിയ ചെറിയ മോളിക്യൂളായിട്ട് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് അതിൽ നിന്നും വളരെ ചെറിയ എമൗണ്ടിൽ ഹീറ്റ് പുറത്തിട്ടുകൊണ്ട് യൂണിവേഴ്സിന്റെ എൻഡോപ്പ് നടത്താനുള്ള ഒരു പ്രോസസ്സാണ് എൻ്റെ ലൈഫിൽ ഒരു ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീന്റെ ശരീരത്തിൽ നടക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഊർജം ഈ പ്രപഞ്ചം ഉള്ളിടത്തോളം കാലം നിലനിൽക്കും. അത് കെമിക്കൽ എനർജി ആയിട്ടും ഇലക്ട്രോണിക് എനർജി ആയിട്ടും ATPയുടെ രൂപത്തിൽ നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിലെ ഊർജ്ജം നിലനിൽക്കും. നമ്മുടെ ശരീരത്തിൽ ആ രീതിയിലാണ് ഊർജ്ജം നിലനിൽക്കുന്നത്. നമ്മുടെ മരണശേഷം ഈ ഊർജ്ജം എവിടെയും പോകുന്നൊന്നുമില്ല. അത് നമ്മുടെ ചുറ്റുപാടിലേക്ക് യൂണിവേഴ്സിൽ എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ടാവും. യൂണിവേഴ്സും ടൈമും ഇല്ലാതാകുന്നത് വരെ ആറ്റങ്ങളും കാലത്ത് നിലനിൽക്കുന്നതാണ് എന്റെ പോയിന്റ്.
So what she's telling is what happens after someone dies is purely a bacterial activity, where the microorganisms come and work on the human body, the dead body precisely, and convert it into heat energy. And that energy is actually dissipated, and it is around you. It is there in this universe. And if there were gods, you just can't walk on this road because all will be gods around. So that's what her point is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So all of you have told your points. Some of you guys have gone to 2 minutes. Some of you guys just for 15 seconds ahead. Okay. So now we'll be giving you 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes. And now it's time to counter each other. If you notice, I don't know, Hrishikesh actually gave you a question. So if you point out on that and then argue, so your 8 minutes starts here. Any one of you can, point each other's point.
Okay. A lot of people, I agree with the sentiment that ghosts don't exist because the idea of ghosts only happens if one believes in an afterlife. So when you die, if there is actually like a world to go to, there are people who have like died for a few minutes and then came back and said that there was some sort of afterlife. But I think that may have been more of a hallucination kind of thing. I don't think there is an afterlife, so I don't think there's really anywhere for a ghost to come from. Once you die, your consciousness just dissipates.
It could happen, but there has not been any proven has not been proven by anyone. They have been trying to do to prove that there is ghost, but everybody has failed, and most of them at least. But what I'm saying is that it's our imagination that there is ghost. We think there will be an adrenaline rush that makes our brain think that there is ghost and it is dark, and you'll listen to everything, even the leaf falling down, and you will feel like there is ghost. And I'll share my own experience. My friends were over here at my house for sleepover, and at night we were watching some horror movie. After that, we went out to the balcony so that to talk and all. And we went and we saw something moving, and we took our mobiles and ran towards it. What the hell is that? And it was just a banana tree, and we were like, okay. So the banana tree just scared us. So most of the things we encountered have been things like this. So what I'm saying is there could be a world for the ghost, but it's not proven yet. So till now, we could only say that the ghost does not exist.
Yeah, your time is up. Just 1 minute. Yes. So I guess, I guess all of you should point out to his points.
Sir, I thought that when God can be there and positive energy can be there, but there can be negative energy also, like black magic. So it's not necessary that ghost cannot be there, but it's also not true. So I support both the sides. That's all.
Well, then it comes to the fact that does God exist or not? Like it is not to even proven that God does exist or not. So then only we can just say that if positive energy
Both
comes.
the things are belief only by people. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
God may be there, so maybe like ghosts, there will be God in world of ghosts.
I'm against ghosts because there's no proven evidence that there are actually ghosts in this world. Yes, there are news articles, there are also videos, but who says they're true? The news articles, they're not always true. And the videos, how do we know that they're not edited, or if they're just illusions of light, or if they're making things up? So there's no actual proven evidence that ghosts do exist.
But actually, there are many things that we don't know in our universe, actually. So according to me, ghosts do exist, but to an extent, to a limit. That like whenever like someone dies, there's only the negative energy that is present. So I don't believe in all these hauntings and stuff, but I just believe till that extent that this negative energy and positive energy.
I don't know. The idea of black magic or any sort of kind of magic of the sort doesn't really vibe well with me because there are definitely things that science can't explain, but that's because we just haven't really explored it enough to explain it, or we just don't have the materials to explain it. For example, people didn't know that how rainbows work, so they created stories to explain it. But after technology came to be, that's how they figured out it was just reflections of light. I just generally don't think that things that can't be explained are real. They can be explained in some way. It's just going to take a while to reach that conclusion and explain it better, if that makes any sense.
So when we die, or like a dead person is there in this is soil or something, it just left for decomposition, and it just turns to soil, or just turn into nutrient, and that's just simple as that. Like something dies, it decomposes and becomes soil or nutrients, and there is no need for us to complicate that into black or negative energy has gone there, positive energy is done, and energy has radiated into soul and putting that, and so much thing complicated that nature has set a goal that one dies, it releases the nutrients inside it and keep the nutrient cycle moving, and it just said simple, and there is no need for us humans to complicate that decomposition process by putting extra negative energies. So this is what I believe. It may be wrong, but just.
So the time is up. Now the debate is fully not over without the compliments. So I welcome Satish sir to give the overview of today's session.
Yeah, okay. So good day of dealing with ghosts today. So the primary purpose of this session is like to hear what students have to say first, rather than it's like flipped way of learning. Have you heard of flipped way of learning? The regular learning is teachers come and teach in classroom and you go and learn. The flipped way is students come and tell first, and then after that, somebody has to intervene, they intervene. Yeah.
The Socratic method?
Come again?
The Socratic method where you ask a question to your students and then expect them to come to their own answer?
Not really. Like the Socrates method is like the method of questioning. That is a good way of learning. But flipped learning is like rather than the classroom where teachers teach and then you go and learn, students get prepared and then come and present their views, and teachers can do value addition on top of it, so that you are also a participant. You are not just a student. There is no student teacher. You are also a participant, right? Okay, so how we will structure is, there is nothing wrong or right which many of you have told, but there are certain wrongs and there are certain rights. Okay, so we just try to go through that, and then I just want to caution you, our next session is Wednesday. That is another topic. I hope most of you know that. What is topic? How did the universe start? What is the origin? And what is the end? What will be the end? What is going to be our end? All of us. Okay, right? Not our personal end. Yeah, universal end. That is the Wednesday's topic. And then the next Monday, next Wednesday, like that, 8 sessions. Okay. Now today's discussion. There are very interesting views. See, Neil told that why there are no properties like mass and electricity for the ghost, right? But actually speaking, the ghost in the serials and films have all properties. Yeah, they can come and dance, they can come and jog, they can jump from one place to another. So they have mass, and they can create everything in the movie Ghost or channel Ghost, right? So, but anyway, he is asking, we are not experiencing it. So that's a very good point, I felt. Okay. And then Tyrone was telling, like, there's a natural cycle. You decompose. It is just like some people are telling you are just feeling that that is right. But why do you want to complicate this into many matters? Then Pranit was telling that it's darkness which is a problem. You can understand it well because he comes from Parkad, and where this film called Odeon, I don't know whether you have seen, they're telling in our childhood, there used to be this concept called Odeon. It is like a ghost. So people used to fear. They're telling some people there can transform at night, and they can become tiger at night, and they can become dog at night, they can become pig at night. So there are people like that who will transform. And this movie called Odeon, that explained why it happened. Because in darkness, anything can happen. So Pranit was telling it's the darkness which is the problem. Once street lights came and light came into every houses, all this ghost disappeared. That's what Pranit is telling. And he's telling it's a childhood stories which is doing the trick. So Juan, where is Juan? Poor Juan, I think his brother is coming and scaring him. By telling, the ghost will come and catch you if you don't give me half of that burger. Okay? So I will send another ghost. So that's why Juan is getting scared. And Rishikesh is asking a very interesting question. Very interesting question. Do you have any proof that ghost is not there? He's asking the reverse logic. So Manomi is asking, do you have any proof? Tyrone is asking, do you have any proof that ghost is there? Tyrone is asking, do you have any proof that ghost is not there? That's a very interesting question. Okay. And then Manumi explained the bacterial process and all those things. And Amina was telling, like, there could be afterlife, but then she mostly doesn't believe that. Okay. And then Snigdha was also telling there could be ghosts, like God, there could be ghosts. Good. So I want to ask you a very simple question. Who can give an answer to such question? Whether something is there or not, whether something works or not. Are there animals which are 50 feet high in Himalaya called Yeti? Can there be extraterrestrial life? Are there aliens in some other place? Who can answer this question? Pranav can answer, he says. Pranav, who can answer?
Science.
Yeah, exactly. He hit the nail. Who can answer it is what we call as science. Yeah, you all learn science in school, where physics, chemistry. Yeah. So what is science is how to find answer to such questions. Right? Okay. So shall we take a small journey through how science answers this? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ready.
Okay.
Yes.
So first, I would present why I chose this topic. Okay. How many of you have seen this picture?
I have seen this, and long ago you have presented do ghost. It
Okay.
seems so.
Okay. Abhinav, leave. Anyone else has seen this picture?
Sir, I have also seen in that science class.
That is my class. Anyone else has seen apart from Snigdha?
Sir, I have also seen.
Rebecca has seen. Okay. So can you tell Rebecca what is this picture all about?
So it's a family and the father killed the daughter or something due to the belief that they have to be born in another world or something.
Yeah, you're right. So this father and mother, he is a doctorate in science. He's a professor in a college, vice principal, and she is a master's, a gold medalist. And this father and mother, just loving parents like yours, just killed these two daughters. And this daughter, she was doing her master's and she was doing her bachelor's. You know why? Because they believed that these daughters will come back to life with more power after the Kali Yuga. And that Kali Yuga is going to end on a specific date. And they were about to kill themselves too. By that time, somebody intervened. This happened 3 years back. This is famously called as Madanapalli murder in Andhra Pradesh. You can just go and browse. See, she is doctorate in science. She is master's. And she is master's and she is bachelor's. Right? So, you understand where we are heading to, where such discussions can head to. Somebody can tell ghost may be there, may not be there. Kali Yuga may be there, may not be there. Afterlife may be there, may not be there. You know where it can head to? It can head to such kind of stuff. And every year, in many countries, hundreds of such deaths happen. And do you know why these ladies are protesting?
No, sir.
No.
Anyone?
Genetic mutilation.
Yeah. Can you explain?
So basically, in the same way that male children get circumcised, what a lot of families will do is they'll circumcise a female's genital organs in a way that it prevents pleasure when engaging in intercourse.
Right. As Amina rightly told, this is one superstition called female genital mutilation. You can go and browse FMG. 200 million girls are living today after with mutilated bodies. 200 million means 20 crore. In most parts of Africa and among some communities in India, this is prevalent. So they use blades and knives and such kind of stuffs to distort the genital parts of females by telling that that is scientific, that is to deny pleasure to them so that they get a good life. Whereas there is social balance. 20 crore women live and many of them have serious health issues because of this, during delivery, after, and they think it is scientific. How many of you see, this is Times of India, okay? So how many of you see Times of India or any other stuff, horoscope, and go and check your daily or weekly prediction, and based on that go and write exams by telling them, oh, today is a good day, let me go and write, let me go and do. How many of you do that? Be frank. Yeah, some of you do that, right? See, it will look fun sometimes, right? I also sometimes when I see morning, you see, oh, fine, telling that, oh, today if you go and take a lottery, you may get 10 lakhs. Oh, fine, you go and take. And then all the people in my star will also get 10 lakh, but the lottery has only one prize. That's a problem, unfortunately. Right? So, but this will look funny. But then this all point to the same question. Who can tell whether these things are right or wrong? Right? Yeah. So now, why do people believe in such stuff? Why do people believe when somebody comes and tells you, kill your daughter, she will come back after Kali Yuga much stronger? You take this and do it like that. You take this slip every day, morning, afternoon, and evening, your COVID will get cured. Why do people do things like that? So I'm putting few points. One is, do you know something called pseudoscience? Can anyone tell what is pseudoscience? What is meant by pseudoscience?
Sir, it is like spreading fake news. Like it is completely against science. It is fake science.
Yeah, that is a correct word. It's fake science. You know why it is fake science? You will hear in WhatsApp, today night, 12 o'clock, please switch off your mobile because cosmic radiation will come. Yeah, cosmic microwave radiation, which is one of the biggest proof for Big Bang, which is a scientific stuff. People use it to tell that using the mobile phone, which is built on science and technology, they use the same mobile phone to spread a message by telling that 12 o'clock, please keep your mobile off so that cosmic radiation doesn't come. So all these people talk about science. They tell this is scientific. They tell astrology is science. They will tell that the moment you are born, somebody can tell whether Anchal Prajesh will become engineer or doctor. They can tell whom, they can tell whom should Yash marry when he grows up. And they will tell this is pure science. Why? Because by the time he was born and this time Jupiter was here, Uranus was here, and some kind of radiation will come from the, and then you will go and learn in physics by telling the only person who gives light in this solar system is only one guy. Who is that?
Sun.
He's a sun. And none of these astrologers give a miniature weightage for the sun, yeah. You don't care about this sun. He gives the light for the entire solar system. And people come and tell that, Shani, you have a problem. You have a Shukra, there is an Abhara. You have a Mars problem. And they tell her, you get all this kind of rays from all these places. But these rays are given by sun. Nobody even minds it. Right? It is like Snigdh going and giving food to everyone in the street. And everyone comes and appreciate everyone else except Snigdh. He's the guy who cooks and gives. Right? Okay. So one is pseudoscience. Second is, how many of you learned probability theory? Probability theory? No. Okay. Tell Neil, what's it? Abhinav or Neil? Anyone? So probability theory is very simple. Very simple. If you go to a mall, let us assume there are 100 people in the mall. If you count, how many people are wearing black shirts? How many people will be with black shirt out of 100?
How can you say that, sir?
Approximate.
It can actually vary.
It can vary. Will there be some people in black dress?
So more than 20 or 30?
Maybe 20 or 30 or 40. There will be some people, right?
Maybe 50.
Could be 50.
Yes.
But it cannot be 999 unless there is a planned black day, right? It cannot be 0 unless there is a planned no black day.
There can be like be 100 people who are wearing black dress, because
Yeah.
we don't have exact count
Yes,
all.
exactly. You don't have exact figure, but it cannot be 0 or 999 because it could be somewhere 10, 15, 20, 25. So it is like this. Somebody goes and tells that, oh, this person will become doctor and this person will become engineer, this person will become lawyer, and some of them will actually become doctor or engineer, right? Just like this black shirt theory. So if you go and tell that, oh, in my astrology, if I look, you go to this mall, there could be some 30, 40 people in black shirt. There will be some people in black shirt, right? Anyway. So that is probability, right? And then there is something called confirmation bias. How many of you know what is confirmation bias?
Basically, it's when you're already thinking of an outcome and you look for things that support that outcome.
Exactly. So you decide, you tell by telling my parents are old generation, right? And every day you are checking for proof to tell that your parents are old generation. So you hear this song, you're old generation. You are wearing this dress, I'm telling you all the time you're old generation, right? And your parents are telling you are a lazy person, not interested in studies. One day you sit outside, you say, I am telling you all the time you are very lazy. Next day you are just listening music, see, I am telling you all the time you are lazy. Right? So they only look at all the time you're studying. They're not looking at you by telling that, oh, Yash is sitting and studying. What a good boy. Varsha, Rajesh, Varsha is sitting and studying. What a good girl. Whenever you sit outside and play something, they will catch, but see, this is what I'm telling all the time. Right? So, have you experienced? So that's called confirmation bias. Because they want to confirm what they think. Right? Do you agree?
Sir, yes, sir, 100%.
Pranav has not even 99%, 100% he agrees. Okay, poor guy is a victim. Okay, right? Okay, and then there's something called status quo values. Status quo values means people want to maintain status quo, right? So you go and try a different haircut. Your mother tells, is this a haircut? What nonsense is this? Right? And you go and try another haircut next time. Again they tell. See, in my time, we used to have different haircuts. These are not the haircut. So you ask your mother, why are you following this haircut? Because this was fashion during my young age. Oh yeah. So you're following the fashion during your young age. I can't follow fashion during my young age. And you go and check your grandparents' hairstyle. That may be resembling yours because fashion repeats. So your grandmother and you or your grandfather and you might be having sometimes same shirt fashion or same hairstyle. Yeah? Negative into negative is positive. Enemy is friend. Yeah. So the status quo warriors are people who want to maintain status quo. So they want to believe whatever is happening. If somebody was believing something like that, this could be true. So I think this is a combination of all these things. Right. How many of you agree to the statement?
Not 100%.
No, sir.
I
No,
agree to the
100%.
statement by 49%.
So what is the problem here?
Sir, some birds like penguin and ostrich don't fly.
Yeah, but they are telling all birds whom they know fly. So that time they haven't seen ostrich.
Oh, okay.
No, not all birds fly.
They have not thoroughly reviewed.
But that is based on their opinion.
Yeah, no, not opinion. No, it's not opinion. They saw so many birds. All those birds fly.
So it is from their knowledge that they are saying.
Exactly.
In people.
So it would be wrong.
How it could be
because
wrong?
They don't have all the knowledge.
Exactly. So Anika is telling an interesting point. She's telling they don't have all the knowledge. They are making a proposition based on whatever they have seen. That's what you're telling, right, Anika?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, maybe we could also, if we didn't have the technology and we had just seen birds, and we would also believe sometimes that all birds we know fly.
Okay. So this is sometimes a problem, because if someone tells that all the people whose marriage happened based on whatever I have told or this horoscope kind of stuff, they have got a good life. All the females who have undergone this FGM are leading a good life. So this is a scientific process. People can tell like that based on whatever they see. Right? And there is another one. Just read it. What do you think about that?
They are seeing the, what can you say, truth.
Okay.
But all healthy eagles can fly. Like some eagles who had accidents, like their wings got chopped off or hurt, they cannot fly.
Yeah, but eagle is an example here. What you're telling is there's a theory which you have established called all birds fly. Now you find another bird. Because you have a theory that all birds fly, you are telling any bird which you see new will also fly.
So sir,
I'm just telling this is one method. You tell your opinion. You can tell
based
your
on
opinion.
observation, not research.
See, it is like this. I gave a small medicine. I gave a small COVID medicine to few people. Okay? And all of them got cured. Whomever I gave COVID medicine, all of them got cured. 5 people I gave. Now I am telling, morning, you take lemon juice, 1 syrup, honey, and sugar, mix, and I gave to 5 people. All the 5 people's COVID got cured. Now I am telling, this is a medicine for COVID. And now I am also telling, if a 6th person takes it, he or she will get cured. Because I have a proof that 5 people got cured.
But we cannot say, like 5 people, they might have gotten cure, but we cannot say that it works on every human.
Yeah.
Sir, I
To be fair, that sort of testing is what
Abhinav.
they do with over-the-counter drugs that we have. They use test subjects. They do, but what they do is thorough testing rather than just very limited testing.
Okay, fine. So these two stuffs, whatever we told, these are called in scientific parlance, scientific language. This is called inductive reasoning. Don't get bogged down by these names and deductive reasoning. This used to be the scientific methodology which people used to follow before 19th century. That is not wrong entirely. They used to observe some things. Based on the observation, they are telling, oh, this are happening, then this will be true. Yeah? Like you observe something, you see a pattern. Based on a pattern, you put forward a hypothesis that telling all birds can fly. All the people who take this medicine will get cured. And then you theorize it by telling this is a medicine for COVID. And the reverse of that, you tell this is a medicine for COVID, and anybody takes this medicine 3 times a day gets cured. And then you tell that if a 6th person or 10th person or 15th person, if they take this medicine, he or she will also get cured. Now, the problem here, what is the problem here? The problem here is actually explained by 2 brilliant thought experiments given by 2 great people. Do you know what is meant by thought experiment?
Sir, by your imagination.
By your imagination. Instead of going to a lab, by your imagination. Have you heard of Bertrand Russell, a very great philosopher in 19th century, 20th century actually? Yeah. So he put this case called Russell's teapot. He told there is a teapot in the solar system. Yeah. And it is between all these planets which are surrounding the sun. But this is a small problem. You can detect it with normal telescope. But that teapot is there. Because all planets around the sun rotates the sun, this teapot is also rotating the sun. How can you deny this?
You can't say.
You can't. Yeah.
So how did the teapot reach there?
He tells, we don't know how the Mars came there, how Jupiter came there, just like the teapot also came. Probably the person who brought the Jupiter there, he would have gone to the next tea shop and took a tea and left the teapot there. We don't know. Never know.
But a human, a teapot cannot. We humans are the one who make like those teapots. So now in this at 19th like 32 or we humans could not go to space all. So
He telling that it is there. How can you refute? Tarun?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the teapot is very small, it will be absorbed by the sun into that because of sun's great gravity. So such a small teapot cannot exist.
Yeah, but there is a trick there. Earth is also very, very small compared to sun. Earth is not getting attracted by sun, right? Moon is also very small compared to sun. It's not getting attracted.
But
There is,
the mass.
Abhinav, 1 minute. So Tarun, all objects rotating the sun will not get attracted by sun because of certain things else, which will come in the later part of this course.
So will we do that on Wednesday? Because
No, not this on Wednesday. This will be some other day. So this is a Russell's teapot thought experiment. Okay, but no one can prove it is wrong. And then came another stuff. Carl Sagan. How many of you have heard this name called Carl Sagan? Okay, so his very famous book called Cosmos. If you can read, please read. That probably could be an assignment for you. You take another 6 months to read it. Cosmos by Carl Sagan. Okay. Just read this. Okay, this is a very famous thought experiment by Carl Sagan called Carl Sagan's Dragon in the Garage. He challenges, you prove me wrong. How can you prove him wrong? Whatever question you ask, he will add a theory into that by telling that this doesn't follow that. So this is.
Can I say?
Yeah.
So Carl Sagan says in his garage there's a dragon, right?
Yes.
So the dragons can float and a paint can stick on it.
So whenever you ask a question, Abhinav, you see interestingly, whenever you ask a question, he tells you, no, my dragon doesn't follow that.
Okay, so now he said we cannot stick paint on it. But what if I filled the garage with some solid object, like I filled the full garage with cubes, leaving no space.
Yeah, Abhinav, you understand the trick of the trade. Then he will tell, my dragon can become to a minuscule size anytime and expand my size. See, whenever you ask something, he comes with another answer. That's why it's called thought experiment. So you understand where is he heading to?
Like, how did he know that there was a dragon in his garage?
Yeah, that is the point. That is the whole point. He's telling, I know. See, he's mocking others. Carl Sagan is mocking others. He's telling many of your beliefs are like my dragon. Many of the beliefs which you are telling is like a ghost, is like the dragon. Can you see the ghost? You tell no, you can't see the ghost. Will all humans become ghosts? No, all humans will not become. Can I put a laser? No, laser does not work on that. Will it come on every night? No, every night it may not come. So he's mocking this kind of superstitions using this thought experiment. Yeah. So this is where this new new thought of scientific discovery came. That thought is this: instead of checking, making some theory based on what all you observe, you ask the reverse question, like what Rishikesh was asking. Is there any bird which can't fly? Is there any bird which can't fly? Is there a single person whom astrology went wrong? Is there a single person whom your COVID medicine didn't work? Is there a single dead body which didn't become ghost?
Who are the exceptions?
Yeah, so that method is, can you prove? I'm telling a scientific theory. When I tell the theory itself, don't tell where all it has worked. Just tell how can it go wrong. If you cannot prove it wrong, it is not science. If you cannot prove it false, just like the dragon of this guy, you can never prove it false. You can never prove the parrot which is picking the cards and telling your future wrong. You told for that day it worked. You told your life will be better. So you told, no, I lost some person in COVID. No, that can happen for anybody. So when any scientific theory, when you tell, you should first tell how can it be proven wrong? How can it be proven false? So that is called falsifiability. It is invented by this gentleman called Karl Popper. Please read that. This is the science which we follow today. If you put any theory in science, you should tell how can you prove it wrong? And then test it for that. You understand? So if you are telling that Big Bang is the way in which universe has begun, if you get one proof against it, theory is gone. If you tell that electrons, protons, and neutrons are there inside an atom, if you get one atom without these three, any of these three, that theory is gone wrong. One instance, one false reading, one false test, your theory is gone. It is not, it is the reverse of by telling, oh, whatever atoms I have seen has electrons, protons, and neutrons. Doesn't suffice. The first one where you see which goes against your theory, your science is gone. Do you get this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So actually, I wanted to tell regarding that you were showing that what was that two types of things parallel. I forgot the name. What was that, sir?
The induction and deduction.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I'm learning Ernest Rutherford's atomic model,
Okay.
and he had actually followed that inductive, I think.
Exactly,
First,
inductivism. Yes.
observation, then he
Yeah.
made some conclusions and hypotheses, then he made the theory.
Yeah. It's not a wrong thing, but this method, you see what Karl Popper is telling. Karl Popper is telling, if you are telling a scientific theory, don't look for confirmation on what you believe, right? Always look for confirmation on how can you go wrong. So science has to be always proven wrong. So that is the difference between science and any other system. Right? Yeah.
So like maths is science, right? Maths. So
yeah, maths is not science.
Maths is not science.
Maths is a tool of science.
Yeah. So is there any theory that is always correct? Is there any theory that is always correct?
Any scientific theory till today is always correct. The day it is one instance where it is proven wrong with a right experiment, with a correct experiment, that theory is gone. Newton's theory of gravity, it cannot explain the precession of some kind of planets. And if it cannot explain, we're telling that we are not telling it is wrong, we still use it for many purposes, but that's not the accurate theory. That's where relativity comes. So you have some theory with you, and the day you find this doesn't work this way, one proof, you're gone. So that is called falsifiability. So ghost, if someone tells, let us go back to ghost. there is ghost. Okay, you have to ask few questions. What questions? I specifically ask 5 questions. Any kind of such theory someone tells, I ask 5 questions. Right? Question number 1. What is happening? Oh, ghosts are coming. Oh, is it? Very good. Fine. That is so nice. How it happens? Oh, at night when I go out, I hear some loud music, then a white sari clad, somebody is going. Ah, that is super. Very nice. Okay. Why it happens? Where from it is coming? Then somebody will tell some dead body. Then I will ask, okay, which old dead body? What happened to mass? What food they eat? Burger? Shawarma? Where from they get the energy for singing, song and dancing? You know, there is theory of conservation of energy. So I'll ask 5 questions. Why it happens? Somebody asks COVID medicine. I will ask, okay, how it happens? You take 3 times, then this will go and fight with that COVID virus. Okay, why it happens? Why it goes and fights? How exactly it works? And 2 more questions. Will somebody, if somebody takes the same medicine tomorrow, will he get cured? Then also ask, where from this COVID came? I will ask, when is going to the next earthquake in India? Otherwise, what is the use of science? When is the next heavy wind going to come in your coast? That is the use of science, right? You can save the lives of thousands of people. You should also tell, how did universe begin? Okay, how did this planets came through? So this is the method of science. So if you are a science student, you have to understand theory of science and how science looks at things. Yeah, so this is our next topic. I expect you prepare very well and come. It's a very controversial topic. It can get into many other areas. Okay, it intertwines between philosophy, sociology, and science. So all the best. Let me give you an assignment. I forgot to give assignment. So now with all this information, I want you to analyze. One custom or one ritual or one superstition, something which you have seen around, and scientifically analyze it based on the method which we have told. And you tell this is how you look at it. Yeah? You can write it in English, in whichever language, video, audio, and I'll create a discussion thread, and that discussion thread you can come and upload. Okay. Anything which you see around, you analyze based on the scientific process, scientific methodology, and then you put this is how you look at that.
Is it like answering those five questions?
Yeah, answering those 5 questions or the falsifiability, whatever you caught on. See, that's why I want to keep it broad rather than giving one exact answer for one question. Like, I want to make it a bit broad.